Welcome to Wellness Quarters, where wellness lives. My name is Gayle Nowak. I'm your host, Wellness for All expert leader and communication and emotional wellness coach. The Wellness Universe is thrilled to bring you this inspiring interview series with our members as part of the Wellness for All program. We bring experiences like this to you because we believe happy, healthy, and healed humans lead to peace globally. Join us here on the second Tuesday of each month at 5 p.m. Eastern Time and the fourth Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time for a 15-minute session filled with insightful interviews and practical wellness tips from top professionals in the wellness universe. Whether you're seeking inspiration or actionable advice to enhance your well-being, Wellness Quarters is your go-to destination for support on your journey to a healthier, happier life. This pay what you can donation-based program is supported by generous viewers like you. If you'd like to donate, you can do that now, after we're done, or anytime in the future using the link that I'll put in the chat. And a special thanks to everyone who has already donated. If you'd like to reach out to me about the show, I'll also include my contact details in the chat. And at the end of the show, you'll see a pop-up to leave a rating and review. We're so grateful for yours as it helps Wellness Quarters reach more people seeking tools and practices to optimize their well-being. Today, we're speaking with Sandy Krzyzanowski about ancestral connection through humming. Sandy is a seasoned yoga teacher, therapist, and holistic wellness practitioner with more than 30 years of practice and more than 15 years of teaching experience in studios, schools, corporate, and therapeutic settings. She holds the highest credentials as an experienced registered yoga teacher and certified yoga therapist, along with extensive training in trauma-informed yoga through the Yoga Fit Warrior program, designed to address the unique stressors of military service. Sandy blends yoga, Ayurveda, meditation, and mindful movement to help people calm the nervous system, release stored stress and trauma, and reconnect with the resilience and wisdom of their lineage. Welcome, Sandy. Oh,
Hello.
there you go. Hey, so good to see you.
Good to see you too. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, you're so welcome.
I'm a little
So,
bit nervous, but
yeah, and that's normal. It's normal to be a little bit nervous, but hopefully, this will be a gentle experience and a fun experience for you. Yeah. So, before the show, I was reading a little bit about you and a little bit about your story, and I noticed that you shared um, some information about sort of some family experiences and some things that shaped your childhood. And I'm curious to hear how your journey has unfolded and evolved over the years, and what was the turning point that helped you begin sort of transforming inherited pain into a path of healing?
well, you allude to my parents' history, so I'll start with that because that's kind of important. My parents were prisoners of war during World War II, forced labor on German farms, and they met in a displaced persons camp after the war, and they were in that camp for 5 years. So they got married and had 2 children in that time span, surrounded with everybody else who were in that same camp having their own traumatic experiences. And by the time they emigrated to the US, they had PTSD. They probably wouldn't say they did. I'm sure my dad would deny it, but the household was quite volatile because of the short tempers and the things that come along with PTSD. And it turned out that the things I did to cope, like rocking and humming and finding quiet hiding places behind the dresser, were actually things my nervous system did on its own to find peace. As I was learning about PTSD with my Yoga Fit Warriors training, the trauma-informed yoga training, light bulbs were going off and I'm going or on. And I was thinking, whoa. So it explained it. And that's why the chapter that I wrote was called The Whys Matter, because they do. I started to realize they had no control over their short tempers. They really didn't. There were friends my dad lost over card games and such. because there were card games in the camp and you lost your watch or whatever. I knew that the short tempers were something they had no control over. It's like that your nervous system can't stop the reaction. And knowing that, and knowing the PTSD and the freeze, flight, fight, and my mom's freezing and collapsing to the floor, curled into a ball. Those were all things that scared me as a child. I didn't get it. I didn't bring friends over much, but the learning about it was my turning point. And that helped me to start to heal, because I accepted it and I honor it. And I'm still in amazement that they came to this country and did all that they did with the tools that they didn't have. So I don't know if that answers your question, but that's my history.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for sharing all that. And I can imagine just how, well, no, actually, I can't imagine how, what they went through. And I can imagine how that would be scary as a child to not really understand that it made sense that they were experiencing their own trauma and didn't necessarily have the tools to help them at that time. And I love that you said that, you just sort of instinctively or intuitively used some mechanisms to help you self-soothe during that time. So can you talk about humming in particular? I'm so fascinated by this whole thing of humming. It's such a simple act and yet sounds so powerful when you are connecting it with healing and your overall well-being. So can you talk more about that?
Yeah, well, I rocked all the time, and you could see I don't sit still. I'm an anxious person, and my anxiety stems through the ancestors. They say, I don't know if you've heard of the mouse experiment. If you shock them and they smell cherries, and then you do it again, shock them, smell cherries. 7 generations down, you smell cherries for the newborns, and they feel shocked. So it travels through your nervous system. And I would rock all the time. I had a chair I rocked. I'd rock on the floor. I'm rocking now. And I would hum. And I would hum, typically as I was younger, I would hum Christmas songs and all the religious songs that I knew from church, and it would soothe me. And I'm not sure if I knew that it soothed me or it just soothed me, so I kept doing it. And as I got older, songs started connecting me. So the Polish anthem is an important song for my whole family history. My dad would cry whenever he heard one bar from it. And I went down the aisle to it, unbeknownst to the priest, because it's not really a wedding march, but it's got dual meaning then, because we gave it as a gift to our parents, because they're all Polish history. So the Polish anthem makes me think of my dad. My mom's Polish lullaby is, I'm going to cry. It's and I would, my nieces would, when I'd sing that to them to go to sleep, and if they were tired, they would go, So that song brings my mom on board. The Polish anthem brings my dad. Que Sera Sera was his whistling go-to. So when that song comes on board, I start crying. And if all of a sudden these songs come to me unasked, like all of a sudden I'm humming it, I feel like they're visiting. I feel like it's their way of saying, I'm thinking about you, or something along those lines. I have all kinds of connections with my sister loved Come Sing a Song of Joy, and these songs just connect me with my ancestors. My brother, who's not here anymore, got me involved with Neil Diamond, so there's that connection. But that's my ancestral connection, is I would hum these songs and they make me think of people I loved. The Polish anthem being a big one, and the Kotkipa one being my mom. So yeah.
Yeah, and what a beautiful way to connect with family members and ancestors, and with yourself too, right?
Oh, exactly.
There's something about that vibration and the humming, like it sort of
Oh,
shakes the energy out a little bit.
for sure. When you hum, you're stimulating the vagus nerve, and that's the connection, the gut-brain connection, and it sends the nervous system messages from the brain to the nervous system and vice versa. So humming stimulates the vocal cords. It lowers your blood pressure. It lowers heart rate. It increases heart rate variability, which is resilience. It increases nitric oxide, which is a healing molecule. It increases serotonin and other feel-good hormones. It decreases cortisol and all the bad juju hormones. It helps your lymphatic system for circulation. I'm seeing if I missed anything. I think I covered most of them. Yeah, increases oxygen in the cells. It does all these things, and you don't know it when you're humming it, especially as a child. But I know even now, if I'm really stressed, Silent Night's my go-to. I love Christmas, but all year round, I will hum Silent Night. And maybe because it's the middle range of where I hum, that it comes out when I drive. I'm humming Silent Night, especially if I'm having a tough drive. So, and I read somewhere else, when you hum well, you have better peripheral vision. So good double juju when you're driving. You can hum and have better peripheral vision.
Yeah, Marisa just said in the comments, I had no idea there were so many health benefits of humming. Right.
Exactly.
Same here. I mean, so many practical pieces
Yeah.
to this. It's such a simple thing to do. It kind of reminds me of, breath work
Yes.
practitioners as well.
Yes.
Like just your breathing can be so beneficial. We tend to be shallow breathers, right? But just being really intentional about your breath can be so transformative. And I feel like the humming and the movement too, right? Because you do yoga, and there's something about that mindful movement as well that helps us reconnect, right?
Well, humming starts with the breath. And if you hum, you're automatically extending the exhale. So it's like breath work without trying to do breath work. You don't have to go, I think I'll do the 4-7-8 breath or the box breath, which are all wonderful. They help lower your heart rate variability. And I love breath work too. But the humming starts with the breath, because you have to go, it's like that. And I tell you, when I'm really stressed and I hum even Silent Night for a little bit, I calm right down.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that totally makes sense. It's actually making me think about something that I noticed with my kids. They hop in the shower and they'll sing. They just sing. They sing in the shower, right? Like, how many people sing in the shower? It feels good. It just feels good to do, right?
Yeah. It puts you in a different space.
Yeah. It puts you in a different state of being. Exactly. So I know this might seem like a silly question, and I'm going to ask it anyway, right? Because I think people tend to not be so intentional about humming necessarily as a healing practice. So for anyone that's tuned in here live or watching the replay, and this is like new information for them, I mean, you just shared how many benefits there are to actually doing this for our well-being. How can they get started? And also, how can we get started in a way where we're not necessarily judging ourselves, right? Like it's not about doing it right. It's just doing it.
Yeah, there's no doing right or wrong. Just like you can't really breathe wrong. It's nicer to deepen your breath. But just knowing that even a neutral, some people maybe are amen and om are quite similar. Amen or om. They're very similar. So if you're not inclined to say om, you could start there, or you could just do the The bee's breath is like a vibrating of the lips. You can plug your ears and and that's a typical yoga humming. But you can start with just a neutral. If you're like really stressed, I'm just going to go, and you can start with just a middle of the range where you feel the best humming and not worry about how you sound. Nobody's judging you. They can't hear you. You can even do it at a low rumble. You don't have to be, you could be in the grocery store and just be like, I've done Silent Night almost silently, pun intended, in stressful situations many times, or watching a TV show and I don't want to bug my husband. It's like, that or leaving.
Right. Beautiful. Yeah. Simple. What a simple thing. And you can do it instantly and feel better almost instantly.
It's quite portable.
Yeah. I love that. So, Sandy, for those who want to learn more about you, want to connect with you, want to explore this practice and this path of healing, what's the best way for them to connect with you?
Well, here's my contact info. And you had suggested doing them in this order, so that's what I put there, just some basic stuff to contact me. And the Wellness Universe profile will give you access to things that I'm teaching, like trauma-informed yoga classes, which will be coming probably the first of the year-ish. And there's some guided meditation, yoga nidra classes that are recorded on there already.
Great, beautiful. And I know you have an upcoming workshop as well.
I do. That's coming up here. And I'm going to give the listeners a little discount. It's October 9th. It's for the book that was just put out, the 25 Tools for Transformation, where I wrote about this tool. And I'm giving a discount for the listeners here. And then I'm also going to add a free gift for those that are listening, which is my loving kindness meditation recording on my website.
Beautiful. Yeah. So check out Sandy's free gift, her class, the 25 Tools for Transformation book that's come out is it actually, before I say, well, by the time that this is
it's out. Yeah, it's been out. Yeah, it's a Amazon #1 international bestseller.
All right. Congratulations. Yeah. That's something to celebrate. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, Sandy, thank you so much for sharing time, space, and energy with us today. Thanks to everyone who's joined us live. There's lots of comments in the chat, Sandy. Hopefully you're seeing all the support.
I am. Thank you, everyone who came. Thank you for your lovely comments, and thank you for your kindness. I saw them going by, but I figured she wouldn't want me going.
I know, they're coming fast and furious. Thanks to those who are watching the replay. We'd love to see you for our next show on Tuesday, October 7th at 5 p.m. Eastern with Eileen Dillon for Empower the Emotions in You. Until then, be well, everyone.
Thank you so much. I appreciate being here. Thank you, everyone. Mwah.